up, everybody? It's Howie. We continued our conversation with Stik Figa directly from last week, so if you haven't listened to last week's show, I recommend you do that. We do listen to the project Valley of Dry Bones again this week, so you'll get the record on both episodes, which is awesome. It's a great little EP, and so this is just me, Nate, and Stik. Just keeping on. Enjoy.
Everyone just watch this podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna, that's it. I think we're
done here.
No, I want to hear the project again. I'm gonna.
All right, cool.
I'm gonna edit in some kind of transition. We're already in part 2. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'll figure it out.
Okay.
You've been for a while now. You've been listening to me, Howie Howard, Nate Holt, and Stik Figa. We're listening to Stik and Conductor Williams' new project, Valley of Dry Bones. We're gonna spin it again, Nate.
Hold on.
It's jamming too.
Yes.
It's jamming.
There will be links everywhere, but of course, some places to go. Hyperfollow.com/StikFiga. It's got links to different streaming services. For Dolph video is on YouTube. We'll link to that. Good Game Podcast on Spotify. We'll link to that. I will shut up so we can listen to some music.
I'm gonna be talking too. What's all good?
Tried to ride the wave, made them seasick, no secret. Live for my babies, nephews, nieces, starting from scratch. Take what's mine, cuz it's harder to ask. Forgive me, pardon my past. It's all a part of the craft. These souls go with the bargain. Can even barter with cash. The heart's heavily guarded, and all the scars are attached. Offbeat, beatnik, decent, real as 24 karat gold, cold all season. Tried to ride the wave, made them seasick, no secret. Live for my babies, nephews, nieces. Stop telling a lie when the truth for due. Quit blinking and safe, got a life to lose. Got high as a bit who done tied the noose. Got high as a bit who gon' cut me loose. Share my laughs with too many, share the tears with too few. Lost the peers of my youth, vision clear in my view. Offbeat, beatnik, decent, real as 24.
That loop is just like stretched within an inch of its life in a wonderful way.
Yeah.
Listen to me. Don't know what you find when you digging it deep, a nigga fatigued.
Whatever Conductor did, I mean, you couldn't turn it one more notch. It'd be too much. It's right where it can possibly be.
It's just got the right amount of like creepy energy.
Conductor, we have a problem. Conductor, we have a problem. Conductor, we have a
Conductor.
Yeah, so that guitar that makes it kind of like a funky, weird thing happening.
Yeah.
Those this just hit me, but like those two records back to back, that transition has a very Stik Figa feel about it. You hear the two juxtaposed.
Yeah, for sure. Like the Willie Lump thing is like, that's something my mom used to say. Folks down south say like, do I look like Willie Lump? Like, am I like a dummy? Do I look foolish or whatever? You know. And it's kind of like went from there. Like, all right, yeah, this is where I'm at. Like, I'm in this space, this place and time where this is how folks was talking and how I was talking and feeling. Just kind of swagging out on stuff in the younger days attitude. But even still, it's like I'm always like really concerned about it being poetic in some way. So, yeah. Even when it's like colloquial or whatever, it's like it's still gotta have like a poetic value. It's like a big thing for me. Big Mos Def fan. If I were to point to when I started feeling like that.
Conductor, we have a problem. 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 Conductor. I love how he's just
leaning on it. That's what I'm saying. We gotta lean on it.
Conductor, we have a problem. Conductor, we have a problem. Conductor, we have a problem. Press emergency to talk.
It's like when Sideshow Bob is stepping on the rakes.
Conductor, we Conductor.
I'ma do my best with what I got, mama. Made my peace with what I'm not, mama. Load this heat, take my shot, mama. Make my mark, can't take my spot. I heard the word on the street. Frankly, I hate rumors. Rose grew from concrete. Made me a late bloomer, block that. Made news and it made shooters. All students of the game, but we ain't had the same tutors. Whitney said we was the future, was more of a class clown. Skipped algebra to count a bag. Who's last laugh now? I ain't take a girl to prom, white corsages and black gowns. I was somewhere trying to stack to have something to pass down. Haters comb through backgrounds, look for reasons to doubt me. If you want some sucker shit, you gotta do that without me. Now you in Texas where them boys pour the oil like Saudis. Sit calm lifestyle, enjoy the season finale. To think me and my homies, we used to steal out the valleys. Running away from stray dogs, handle squabbles in alleys. Stressed to get a gig cause you know your piercing was close. Yeah, this is the one I was thinking about earlier when I was like talking about there being no snare. And there's just nothing. And you can hear how, I mean, you absolutely could just like drop a huge snare in there or a cross stick or something, and that would sound cool. But now it's an option too. You just don't have to. And
Yeah.
you feel it internally, or if you don't, that's hard for me to imagine, but like if you're coming at this really fresh and you don't have that history, you hear it just in a totally different way, and that's cool too, you know?
Anywhere you wanna go, blow smoke out the window, but please don't let my mama know. Believed in everything outside myself, inside myself. Can't run, can't hide myself. But when he needs someone to ride, he can't find no help. The reality become you all by yourself as well. It ain't no atheism foxholes in the trenches, kicking it with lost souls. New folk who would deny me before the cock crow. Ain't nothing easy at the crossroad. Learn that it burn, you touch a hot stove. So it goes. Ain't nothing sacred to a grave robber. Read the fine print when the devil make offers. His greatest trick is convincing you he ain't bothered. Till you descent in the abyss. Who made these flames hotter?
What about when we close in on her? She's on the
Oh, it's pretty scary stuff. Oh, here, you want to watch this? Here, turn off the light.
Conductor.
A 1, 2. It's for everybody out there with a negative balance. Everybody overdrawing their account. I see you.
Conductor.
Spend money y'all ain't got for shit that I don't need. Lights getting cut.
It's so cool.
This has a very,
Go ahead.
very classic, simple feel to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're trying to tell me I got no priority.
It kind of gave me like that, like 1994, like when people used to rap and do this.
They're trying to tell me I got
Rap video.
Yeah.
Chug and brew. Go in there head first before I thought it through. Because it don't mean to me what it does to you. Spending money I ain't got for shit that I don't need. Can't take it in a box, I'm spending these proceeds. They go to charity, nah, liquor is more drinks. Floating on 9 clouds, convinced that I won't sink. Wrote rhymes on groceries, my pockets need.
Yeah, I mean,
my stomach, it won't shrink.
there's almost kind of like an Illmatic sort of feel.
Very classic. Yeah, just has a very classic feel with like his spin on it, you know?
Still got destinations to reach. At wheels I won't sleep. Blessed to have these wheels instead of being on my feet. Spend money I ain't got for shit that I don't need. Like getting cut off, somehow I done bought weed. And they try to tell me I got no priorities. They try to tell me I got no priorities. Spend money I ain't got for shit that I don't need. Engine lights spin on while rims, yeah, all three. And they try to tell me I got no priorities. They try to tell me I got no priorities. See, I'm from a black hole, easy to get sucked in. I buck trends, and every day you need tough skin, get plugged in. New guys with potential, they luck ends. In their 40s needing a place to stay and truck fit. If a nigga knew then what I know now, I would've went after my goals that I wrote down, like hitting the big junk and say that it don't count. Better yet, on the waterbed and pray I don't drown. Reluctant to be out in public, but love wins. On the way to your mama house, she tucked in and run quick to the QT. Enough ends for a gallon of gas. A tall can of the suds, friends pushing. It's old school with low fuel. I won't lose. We're good at street smarts with no tools. What's so cool? A lot of OGs is old fools with no rules and very very few clothes, but break both. It's so spending money they ain't got for shit that they don't need. Lights getting cut off, somehow they done bought weed. Then try tell me I got no priorities. Try tell me I got no priorities.
Conductor, we have a problem. Conductor, we have a problem. Conductor. Conductor,
That's a good. I like that one.
Conductor, we have a problem. Conductor, we have a problem. Conductor, we have a problem.
So one thing that jumped out to me on that one, just on this listen, I mean, you don't swear a lot, and you don't use the N-word a lot, and you chose both in that track. And want to say anything about that, or is that just kind of the vibe, that kind of 90s vibe?
No, that's what I'm saying.
What were you thinking? What were you thinking?
All actuality, when I was doing that was, it was definitely like a barbershop in the street conversation thing that was happening. I think on a lot of records, I kind of have this I've had this thing with Rakim. Rakim was always I was really like into him when I was like becoming a rapper. I don't know, sounds weird too, but when I was like studying rap, like seriously, like watching all of the documentaries,
right?
And Rakim said something where there's like this, I can't remember which one. I don't know if it was the Art of Rhyme or which documentary it was, but it's like a direct, like they're talking to like Lil Fame, they're talking to M.O.P. They're talking like the greatest rapper. And M.O.P. cuss a lot and talk about like violence, robbery, murder. Like they're one of my favorite groups though, don't get it twisted. But like a Lil Fame from the group was like, yo, Rakim was so hard. He could hear him curse like once, twice on a whole album. And then they immediately transitioned to Rakim, and he was like, I just never felt like cusses made my raps hard. You know, I never felt like that is what was making the record hard or good or interesting or whatever. And then for me, it was like a thing of like a challenge, and then as well like just part of my personality. Like I try to like, just in my upbringing, was just someone who was like, man, if I could find better, that's something my mom used to be on a lot. It was like, you can find better. If you can find better words, use better words. But if you can't, like if you need that exclamation point, use it. Like there's times when you can use that language for its purpose. So in saying that, I say all of that to say on priorities, yeah, it's like that was the frame of mind I was in, was like there's certain people. What's that what Lauryn Hill say? Add a motherfucker so the ignorant niggas hear me. Like it was kind of one of those things where it's like this record is for that purpose, where this is the kind of language that people will understand who hear that particular record. If that makes sense. But yeah, I used to try real hard not to curse at all. Just like I said, just on some like as a challenge, or if I wanted something played on radio, I wouldn't need it edited. But those days are behind me. So now I just kind of, I use the old thing, like, you know, if that got to get dropped, it gets dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's an interesting observation, though. I'll give you that. A lot of people don't notice that about me. Like, I really don't be cussing a lot in my raps. Really don't. I don't know. I just figure, I got other words. You know? I'm a mama's boy, man. What can I say? I am.
I'm just so happy I can listen to your music.
Yeah, I mean, it comes up sometimes too. Like, I was working on a record. Can't remember who it was with. Dang, he was like, I just want my kids to be able to listen to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, man, everything. Like, I feel like two ways. I'm like, well, yeah, but everything's not for your kids.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I get it. I got kids. I got a 10-year-old. You know what I'm saying? There's stuff that I'm going to let her look at. You know what I'm saying? If I got anything to do with it. But there's just some stuff that I am going to look at. I'm grown.
Right. It's about, it's about being a whole person, right? And you've got all these different facets. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like, there's certain values that I have that make it onto my records, and then there's certain things that are like where I have the audience in consideration, if that makes sense. Like, that's something I battle with a lot. Like, am I writing records for an audience? Who is your audience? Like, that for me gets into like I'm doing marketing work though.
Right.
But then I try to like shut that down. It's like, well, who is your audience? Like, who is this song for? It was like, well, first it's for me.
Yeah. Well,
I'm selfish. I'm a selfish artist. I'm like, well, first it's for me first. I'm writing it for either the reason that I either want to clarify something about myself, or I want to amuse myself. That's really it. Those are like my two, or there's something that is on my mind that I want to write down, so it's something I can look at and be like, okay, this is how you think and feel about something.
I don't think I've had a lot of songs that I end up liking that, but my first priority wasn't just because I want to write a song. Like, whenever I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try this because like people want to hear something like this, and just, maybe I just suck at and I'm not going to discount that, but you know what I mean? Like,
man.
If I try to think about other people, like, is it, is this going to be? It just doesn't ever work, man. And it's hard. It's hard not to think about that, but you have to. Kind of just have to forget about it because.
Yeah, man, it holds up the process, bro. Mm-hmm. Like. Mm-hmm. That's a big thing for me. Like, I have this thing about like writing by committee, like Pop Act does. Like, I watched. Have you guys seen that documentary about? I can't remember what the name of the town is. There's some town in the Netherlands, or maybe it's Sweden, where like all the pop songs get written.
I haven't seen it in Sweden.
I've heard about that. And I've been meaning to watch it. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah. Yeah. It's like the majority of like all these hits.
Yeah, it's like
from this yeah.
There's like this production house in one of those European countries, and it was just really kind of messed me up a little bit because I was like, oh, wait a minute, like, you can be manufacturing these things. Like, this is really. Again, this speaks to my naivete about the music industry, because I don't think I've ever been a part of the actual music industry. I think that's what that helped me realize too, was like, no, you haven't even touched the music industry, because there's a part of it where they know exactly the chords to play and exactly the melodies to play and exactly the to make a 4-year-old or a 10-year-old love a song, and then that's gonna get to radio. It's so clinical.
Yeah.
It's like I had never considered that bad music was being made on purpose.
Yeah, it's like the difference going back. I don't even think we were recording yet, but like, we're doing like home cooking, and that's like Doritos or whatever, Yeah. It's not even the same thing almost.
It's not the same thing. It's not. But to know that, it's called This Is Pop. Okay. And it's a series. I guess it was one of the episodes of the series. And it's like, how did Sweden become music's superpower? And it's like, every song you can think of was written by like 8 dudes in Sweden, and then there was an agency that put together In Sync, and an agency that put together this one and that one, and it goes on and on and on. And there's like a reason, like they're like, in Sweden, Oh, it started with ABBA.
Yeah.
And talk about how ABBA won a music festival because they made, even that was strange to learn. Like, again, my naivete, but they were like, ABBA made a song about nothing. Because normally in Sweden, your music had to have a political message or it had to have something substantive to it in order to win this festival, usually. But ABBA was the first to win with a song like Dancing Queen. Dancing Queen was a hit in Sweden before it was a hit in the US. And the people didn't like it in Sweden. They were like, it's not about anything. This is just a ridiculous song about nothing. And I'm like, what? Huh? What is life?
Send it to America. Those motherfuckers will like that.
You said it, not me. You said it. It's like, oh man, I did not know. And I'm like, dang, this make me a snob. I go straight there. I must be a snob because I just never thought any NSYNC song was good or Backstreet Boys song was good. Even when I was a kid, man, I'm trying to tell you, well, this is bad. This isn't good. It's barely music. And I find out it's like 5 dudes in Sweden pumping it out.
Well, that's where we got you. It's not supposed to be music.
There it is, though. You're right. Once again, not necessarily music, just stuff we play in between the ads.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, got on that whole tangent just because when I'm writing records, I try really hard not to be like, all right, or I don't want to be writing by committee. Like, I need to be considering the audience. I need to be considering, I don't know, the 28-year-old who doesn't like anything that's not Wu-Tang Clan. Like or the 40-year-old dude that says there's no better rapper than Biggie still after all the time. He's no favorite. I like no rappers from the South. Like those guys, I need to think about them. Dudes who still wear fitted caps. Hang out in bodegas and like, no. Or whatever, like I'll say all of that because that sounded a little bitter, but I say all that because I've definitely had like people be like, he's from where? And I don't understand his accent. And and it's like, for like maybe 3 days, I was like, dang, do I sound that foreign? Like when I'm rapping? Because I know I'm rapping. I know I'm going crazy. But it's like, nah, man, Biggie, though. It's like, I love Biggie, too. I'm not going to rap like him.
Right.
He already did it. Yeah, he's dead. Right. He did it already. Just do my thing. Can I do my thing? All right, then. But there's definitely some of that can creep in your mind where it's
man.
You need to be entertaining the people who will have something negative to say about the way I did it last time, or the way I did it the time before. One was
right.
Better on, 70 BPM than you did rapping in triples or whatever. You should just rap in a very 1992 Dr. Dre way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just people with all these very weird preferences when it comes to rap, or what is or what isn't. And it's like, I was like, I'm not gonna worry about that stuff no more. I'm just gonna do me. Sorry, it took me so long to get her. I was like going around and around.
No, it kind of goes all the way back to what you were saying earlier about productivity and stuff, right? Because that is, that's a piece of that too, right? Is like defining being productive as reaching this mass of strangers who may or may not have any history with you, who may or may not care about your art and what you're doing and where you're from and who you are, and why would you write that? And I'll cop. I occasionally think of an audience when I'm writing, but I'll tell you, it's people I literally know. I'm like putting inside jokes and stuff.
It's more intimate.
That I know who will listen to it because I know them in real life by name. I really try
do
not
that.
to think about imaginary consumers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the imaginary consumer, like whoa, how we can't play this? I'm like, what year is this? Like, we in vaudeville? Like, we can't play this on the radio. Like, okay. What are you talking about? This won't get any traction on TikTok. Okay. Cool. Whatever. I don't know what you want from me.
Because, like, you set out to write for TikTok to begin with, right?
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? Oh,
well, there's people that are setting out to write for TikTok.
Oh, for sure.
More power to them. I mean, whatever.
As we speak.
Bags are being collected, man. I mean,
yes, sir.
Don't get me acting like I don't care about bags. Like, I would love a bag, but not at the cost of me not being proud of the music I made, you know. So
perfect. Yeah. Stik, I mean, did we miss anything? Valley of Dry Bones.
Valley of Dry Bones out now on all of the streaming platforms that stream the music. I hope you guys enjoy it because, yeah, it's good, and I'm not gonna make any money, so just listen to it. Like 0.00001 cent that I'm gonna get from you playing it. So play it a lot, and then and then hopefully some new music and new podcast episodes coming in the new year. We're at the fourth quarter, so this will be it for the fourth quarter. Hopefully some more, supporting content. That's the word we use now. Content for this record, and then see you first quarter 2023. But yeah, that's it. Shout out to Conductor Williams. Shout out to Johnny.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to my man Tech Wave, Sean P for recording the project here in Fort Worth. Everybody who was involved in that project, thank you so much. I'm always humbled by people even being willing to collaborate with me in any way to get this kind of stuff done, or that they see any value in what I do. So I'm forever thankful for that. And yeah, man, I'll be on Twitter cutting up. So Twitter, STIK_FIGA. And I'll be on Instagram. I don't cut up as much on there as I used to, but I'm on there.
No, but that was funny when you did, man.
Yeah. I used to act up on there. I might bring back some of this foolishness.
Yeah, man. I'd like that.
It wasn't for no reason either. I just got distracted. I was like, had time for a little bit there. I was just coming up with characters and stuff. And I'm like, this is, again, in my head, this is not funny. I had to stop doing it. It's funny to me, so.
It was funny to me, man.
So, yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's it, man. That's it for me, man. I want to thank you guys. I'm humbled anytime people want to talk about the art, man, and have any interest in what I'm doing. So thank you.
Man, thank you for putting out the record, man, and well, obviously in Conductor too, but shout
out to Conductor, man. Yeah. I mean, he's definitely the driving force, man. Like, he's just an out of the box thinker who kind of just gets what I'm trying to do, and we get each other in that way. So
yeah,
for sure. Like, thank you, everybody.
Awesome. Those collaborations are what it's all about, and finding those connections, people you trust and who understand you on a musical level. Priceless, man. There's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing better.
It's a crazy chemistry thing. Like, it's like when you find that, it's special. It's a special moment, and then be able to find a place for the moment. Yeah. In a record, it's kind of cool. So, shout out to bro.
Perfect. Yeah, Stik, we can't thank you enough. Valley of Dry Bones streaming everywhere. And hopefully we'll see you again soon for the best of the end of the year. We're reaching that point.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely down with that for sure. For sure. All right, y'all.
Get your list together, and we'll talk soon. Later.
Oh, man.
All right, man. Have a good evening.
I'm going to get these Z's, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, bro, I turned 40 this year. I'm going to bed at 9:30. You better believe it. Or 10 o'clock, excuse me. Past my bedtime. All right, y'all. Y'all be cool.
All right, man. Later on.